What is your reaction to this list of demands?
For Qatar, this comes after 2 weeks of waiting. The surprising thing that 2 weeks ago, it was 5 a.m. local time when these three countries declared the boycott, which meant that it was deliberately intended that they want to escalate. They didn't prepare the list of demands till that time. The United States Secretary of State Rex Tillerson was mystified because they didn't provide them with the list of grievances that promoted the rift between Qatar and the two other states in the Gulf region. Now, what will happen? I don't believe that Qatar is able to meet these conditions within 10 days. You have 4 more things to talk about here. You have the relation with Turkey, you have the relations with Iran, you have Al Jazeera, and you have the support of terrorism. Qatar will not be able to cut the relations with Turkey, though in order to de-escalate, if the people here in Turkey, the government, President Erdogan and the Qatari Emir wants to de-escalate the things, they might take it further and they might accept a step to show that, yes, we are not interested in escalating the tension. But the point is, whatever you do, it doesn't seem that the other Gulf states are ready to take it. That's the difficult point.
Is encouraging Qatar to close this Turkish base, is that just a way to get at Turkey? And what would be the Gulf nations' motive there?
President Erdogan a couple of days ago offered to King Salman, when he sent Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, the Turkish foreign minister, to Saudi Arabia, he offered them that Turkey is ready to have another base in Saudi Arabia. And recently they got a message from Saudi Arabia that they cannot allow Turkey to have a base there. So what Turkey is trying to do, Turkey is trying to tell them that I'm not taking any side. What is important for Turkey is the stability of the whole region. As far as the Gulf states are stabilized, still we can work together, Turkey and the Gulf states, the GCC, as one bloc, as one entity, to work more on stabilizing the whole region. The whole region is already in turmoil. It's the most tumultuous regions in the world, and it is already living crises everywhere. So it doesn't need any other crisis, mainly in the Gulf place.
So why is it on the list? Why did the Gulf nations put that on the list?
That's one point of it, is the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed. He's the one who is practicing more pressure on according to certain reports coming from the United States, that they have great relations and strong lobby with the think tanks affecting the decision makers in the United States. And they believe that the role of Turkey as a regional power should be contained. There are certain reports coming out from different places speaking about the United Arab Emirates funding the coup that happened a year ago in Turkey. So the United Arab Emirates, according to some of these reports, is directly involved in containing the role of Turkey here. So Turkey, when they said they're going to deploy the soldiers according to the agreement, the bilateral agreement between Turkey and Qatar, that kind of thing angered the United Arab Emirates, and that's why it is on the list as the 3rd article states that they do believe that Turkey's intervention was the checkmate move. They told them Turkey is not going to leave Qatar alone. They say the Saudi Arabia tweeters or there's some of their activists, they're saying the Emir of Qatar will face the fate of Mohammed Morsi, the democratically elected president of Egypt, when he was deposed and then he is now in prison. So if the Emir of Qatar is not complying with their demands, he's going to face the same destiny of Morsi. That's why Turkey is saying this is not going to happen again. But we wish that we follow the track of peaceful negotiations. Still, we need to keep it among us as brothers and don't leave it to reach an extent of chaos or a unfixed end.
Well, it'll be interesting, Ahmed, to see Turkey's reaction to this, being one of Qatar's most vocal allies at this time, and certainly how Doha reacts to this news with this 10-day deadline. Thanks for being with us.